come in.
Hey, it's snack time.
Oh, what?
Got calcium for the baby, folic acid for mama, all the essentials.
I'm not hungry.
Oh, come on, this is important. It's the most important thing you're going to do all day long, so you sit there and eat.
Thanks.
I really appreciate this.
I know I've been kind of out of it lately.
Well, it's not the baby, is it?
No, the baby's fine. I don't know, Sheila. Is this strategy working or isn't it?
What, backing away from Ridge?
Yes. I keep thinking it's bringing results, but now I'm starting to wonder.
Why?
I went to Ridge's last night, and on the way to the door, I looked in the window, and I saw Ridge and Taylor sitting on the couch, eating fruit and drinking wine, and kissing. I suddenly realized how close they'd become. And how unrealistic I've become.
No, you're not being unrealistic.
You didn't see them, Sheila.
You know, you're right. The only two people I see these days are you and Ridge when you're working in the lab together, and he is very intrigued with the new Brooke Forrester. He can't even keep his eyes off of you.
Well, that's all fine, but what happens next? Is he going to leave her? Is he going to get a divorce? I should have stopped this when I had the chance.
There's no way you could have prevented it.
Yes, there is. I could have prevented it the day of the wedding, the day they got married. That was the time to act. I had just found out that I was pregnant. I knew if I could get to Ridge and tell him the wonderful news, he'd never marry Taylor. I was certain of it. I was rushing as fast as I could, fighting traffic, knowing my whole life and my whole future depended on getting to that church on time, before he made those vows. When I finally got there, I ran from the car into the church, and I prayed I wouldn't be too late. It was everything Ridge and I ever wanted, to share a life, a child. It was truly the only dream I've ever had. And it shattered when I walked through that church door and saw that the ceremony was over. That Ridge and Taylor were husband and wife. That was the most devastating day of my life. And I've been paying for it ever since.
Hey, you listen to me. It is not over between you and Ridge. It isn't, Brooke. Because I'm going to tell you what to do.
Just let them know that the lace is not acceptable, but the others are, all right? Thanks. I don't see you around these parts very often.
Well, how can anybody get in here? It's bustling.
Yeah, these are Christmas orders. It's huge.
So it'll be a really good season?
It's going to be a great season.
And that's thanks to Brooke and her formula?
She's a very big part of it, yes.
Eric, how do you find Brooke's state of mind these days?
Well, she's got a lot going on.
Well, that's kind of an understatement, wouldn't you say?
So you have your own concerns about her?
Yeah, I do.
Taylor, she's not imposing on your marriage, is she?
No, she's not imposing on my marriage. That's as strong as ever. Eric, what I'm concerned about is Brooke. She needs help.
You look like a woman who's running for office.
What do you mean by that?
A permanent smile.
Oh, well, would you vote for me?
Are you kidding? If I didn't, I'd die.
You're right. I'm a tyrant.
Benevolent dictator.
Do you remember, well, actually, it wasn't so long ago, you were always kind of worried that I would never really approve of any woman that you became involved with. You remember that?
Yeah, of course I do.
Still feel that way?
Is this a trick question?
Yes. No, actually, I thought I would just tell you that I think you ended up with probably the most fantastic young woman in the city.
The bold and the beautiful. This portion sponsored by Bounce. It stops static before static stops you.
Repeat that one more time.
I said I think your wife, the doctor, is a jewel.
This wouldn't have anything to do with her father, would it?
Oh, I think he's pretty wonderful in his own right, but I'm impressed with Taylor, all by herself.
Why?
Because I've gotten to know her.
Oh, no, my mother and my wife teaming up on me. I've had nightmares about that. I take it she told you about Brooke.
What about Brooke?
That's Taylor's new mission in life. To help Brooke out of her malaise.
So you think Brooke needs help?
I know she needs help.
What kind of help?
Eric, look at her situation. She's estranged from her husband. Her family is overseas. She's raising one child on her own. She's pregnant with another one. And she really has no support system, and she doesn't have any friends that she could talk to. And then the one man that she really wants, she has no chance of having, ever.
Well, I'll admit I have been worried about her.
Eric, she's alienating herself from everybody.
What Brooke needs is to see a therapist, but you're not going to get her to go see one.
I might be able to get her to see one.
Who?
Me.
You?
Not as a doctor, I was here as a friend. There was a time when we were becoming friends.
Well, yes, I'm well aware of that.
Is she in the lab?
I assume she is, yeah.
Okay.
Taylor, are you certain you want to attempt this?
Eric, somebody has to help her. She's in a spiral. I saw her looking in my window last night, gazing in at Ridge and me. She hasn't given up on this obsession with Ridge, although she wants all of us to believe that. Anyway, I'm going to see what I can do.
Do me a favor. Let me know if there's anything I should be doing.
I will. I'll let you know.
It's pretty commendable what you're doing.
Thanks. I just hope it works for Brooke's sake. Let's see.
Okay.
I want to believe that, Sheila. I want to believe in my love for Ridge and his love for me. But somehow it just all seems so hopeless.
Hey, listen to me. I want you to listen to me, Brooke. The next time you're feeling this down, there's something I want you to think about. And I want you to concentrate on it. And this is what I want you to think about. How much more you share with Ridge than Taylor does. There is absolutely no comparison. Hey, she's an expert at mind games. She's even made it her career. And now she's playing the ultimate mind game on you just to save her marriage.
And what game is that?
Oh, pretending to be stable, secure with her marriage. But she isn't. Oh, I guarantee you she isn't. In fact, I would bet money that she starts to make a move on you now that she knows you're down. Oh, you can count on it, Brooke. She'll be by to see you one of these days.
So you think Taylor is insecure in her marriage?
Although she'd never admit it.
I don't know, Sheila. She seems on top of the world to me.
Well, of course she is. It's because you're mired in defeat. It's the only way she can be on top of the world, Brooke. Hey, you scratch away the surface and look a little deeper, you're gonna see a woman that is scared silly. Come on, Brooke. We're the kind of women that we have it all over men. We know what they're thinking. We know what's on their minds. The way you're handling Ridge, it's ingenious. And it is going to work. You just have to stick with it.
And the way you're handling Eric?
I really adore him. I'd walk into a tidal wave if he asked me to.
I noticed the changes.
Yeah, I'm doing a little experimenting.
Why?
Because I don't want to be predictable or boring for Eric.
Well, you're something else, Sheila. Who is it?
Brooke, it's me. It's Taylor.
We didn't have to wait long, did we? You be careful. She's dangerous. I'll let myself out.
Taylor! What a surprise.
Taylor wants to help Brooke.
If Brooke will let her.
Why?
Taylor feels for Brooke.
She feels for Brooke? The only thing she should feel about Brooke is disdain.
Brooke is down. She is about as down as she can be now.
And whose fault is that?
Mother, when someone's suffering, you don't ask whose fault it is. You just help them.
Oh, I see. And what is she suffering about these days?
She's alone. She's about to have a baby.
You know, she could have had your father. She didn't want him. Now, apparently, she doesn't want you. So she is alone. But she's alone because she's chosen to be. Aside from that, she's at the pinnacle of her career. She becomes more and more famous every day because of the belief formula. So what is she suffering about? What is she in pain about? What does she need help about?
Taylor thinks it's because of me.
You.
No matter how much she wants, she just can't get me out of her mind. Personally, I think it's bunk.
I have you, Eric. You're all mine now. No more Brooke, no more Stephanie. No, there's only one woman in your life. And that's me. Marriage. God, that's where this is headed, marriage. But I've got to, clear things up with Lauren before I can even think about that. I think it's time for another call, Mama.
Hello?
Mrs. Carter, it's Sarah Jane Kirk.
Yes, Sarah.
Something the matter?
I told you not to call anymore.
Yes, but why is that?
It's not good for me. Talking about a daughter that gave me nothing but pain.
She gave you so much more than pain, Mrs. Carter.
You were her friend. You knew a different Sheila than I did.
Yes, I was her friend, and you are her mother. That's why I can't believe you're speaking of her like this.
If you had the slightest notion of what that girl did to me.
Perhaps she was sick. Did you ever think of that?
She wasn't sick. She was cold and callous and brutal. She had no mercy. No human kindness.
She was never like that with me, Mrs. Carter.
Did you ever take her to see a therapist? Did you even suggest it? No, you didn't. Well, I certainly would have, but I had no idea she was so miserable because when she was with me, she was never like that. She was just the opposite.
God, if I could just have her back today. Such a lovely, warm person, a wonderful person. To have her alive and normal today. If only there were people that were with her that cared enough to help her find therapy.
Wouldn't that be wonderful? If you could have it, Mrs. Carter, to have Sheila alive and laughing, being happy.
Wouldn't you give anything for that?
No.
God, what kind of a mother are you? She needed help. She was out of control. She wasn't responsible for anything that she did. For you to condemn her like this.
God, you must be a horrible woman.
I'm so glad that I don't know you, Mrs. Carter.
If you don't agree with your wife, and if you believe that Brooke has gotten you out of her system, then prevail upon Taylor to stay away from her. Don't let her go near Brooke.
But Taylor is a psychiatrist. And she views people like Brooke as a challenge.
Well, if she needs a challenge, then let her talk to your sister. Felicia is involved with a very peculiar set of people. There's Zach and his father. And if that's not enough, let her talk to Sheila Carter.
Nurse Sheila?
Never mind.
Mother, you have problems with Sheila now.
No, I'm just curious about her.
Because of her involvement with Dad.
No, I'm not worried about that. And please, don't mention this to your father. Think about what I said regarding Taylor and Brooke.
Oh, Mrs. Forrester.
Yes, Trish.
I called personnel about the file on Sheila Carter. They're sending it right away.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
How are you, Brooke?
A lot better than I was last night.
I know, I caught you at a bad time.
You didn't exactly catch me, Taylor.
Yes, that's exactly what I did. If I hadn't seen you through the window, you would have just left.
Nonsense. I would have knocked on the door.
Brooke, I saw you. You had tears streaming down your cheeks. You weren't going to knock on the door.
Is that why you're here? To hold that over me?
No,
Then why?
because I want to call a truce
A truce?
between you and me.
When does a person usually call a truce? Usually when she's losing the battle.
Or winning it, and she has compassion for her adversary.
Well, at least you see me accurately as your adversary.
But that is not how I want to see you.
Well, then how do you want to see me, Taylor?
Possibly as my friend. I can help you, Brooke, just like I helped you get through Caroline's death. And you can help me. We can be friends. It's your choice. What do you say?